Welcome to the Art of Being Favi. I'm your host, Favi, Marti. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about stress and anxiety, what I do as an essential worker, and what you can do so that it doesn't ever take over your life, even if you feel like it already has. So, for those of you that don't know me, one of the many hats that I wear is that of a patrol officer working at an inner city school district's security department. So you might be wondering, Favi, school's out, how are you an essential worker? And well, for as much as I love the city that I work in, all the rich history that it has, all the culture, and all the great contributions that have come from it, unfortunately, year after year, it is one of the most dangerous cities in the country. So, my main thing, just day in, day out, before this illness in 2020 hit, my main objective at work has always been to protect my kids and their opportunity to learn. So now that the kids are out and they might not be back for a while, my main job objective has switched over to protecting all the other essential workers that work for the school district and protecting the schools that all my kids go to, so that they have nice, clean places to go to after all this is done and over with. As of 2020, we have this illness that's affected so many people. A lot of people are stressed out and have all kinds of anxiety, which is why I'm doing this video. I want to help out as many people as I can. And if you find anything in this video remotely helpful, please share it, subscribe, like the video, add a comment. This will help me to spread my word, and so that together we'll be able to help other people. Both of these exercises that I'm going to be talking about today involve one basic thing, and that's just breathing. Now you might be wondering, Favi, I breathe all the time. What do you mean just breathe? Yeah, it's really that simple. It takes a little discipline, it takes a little work, but if you follow the simple instructions that I give you, I guarantee it. If you do it consistently, you'll feel so much better. So the first exercise, you just start by breathing nice and deeply, nice and smoothly. Just and the key word is smooth. You don't want to worry about, oh man, I'm taking my breath in for such a long period of time and X amount of time. For this exercise, it doesn't really matter. You want to put all distractions aside. Just, if you have your phone on, if you're one of those people that has to look at your phone every 15 seconds, just either shut it off or put it on vibrate and put it in the other room. So while you're breathing, I want you to close your eyes, and you can do this sitting down or laying down. Please don't do it while you're driving. You shouldn't be watching this video if you're driving. So, like I said, you want to close your eyes and just breathe nice and deeply, nice and smoothly. In and out. And as you do this, you want to stop worrying or stop thinking about every little thing and just kind of focus on your body. And you want to look for any signs of stress. You start from your head and just kind of scan all the way down to your toes. Look for any signs of discomfort. Most people, they get that feeling of discomfort either in their throat or in their chest or in their belly. For me, it's always usually my throat. Sometimes every once in a while it's down in my belly, but yeah, it's usually my throat. So once you start feeling that discomfort, just kind of focus in on it. And by that I don't mean judge it. Don't feel resentment towards it. Don't even try to get rid of it. Instead, what you're going to try to do, it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it works. You want to try to embrace that emotion. And see, a lot of the time when we're stressed out and when we're anxious, it's because we have all these emotions that we feel day in and day out. It's just part of being a human being. And we, for whatever reason, we just kind of push them off to the side or push it down below and just kind of try to ignore it. But see, those feelings, they're an energy, and that energy needs to flow in and out of you. The more you do it, the better your body functions. the better you feel. You just kind of want to get curious about that feeling of discomfort. Just kind of look at it and see, okay, is this like a hard ball? Is it really tight? Does it feel like it's vibrating? What is it shaped like? These are just things that you just kind of want to focus on and just kind of let it be while you breathe in and out. And if you would do me the favor, go ahead and try this for the next 5 minutes. Just go ahead and press pause on this video and try this breathing exercise. I promise you, you'll feel at least a little bit better, if not a whole lot better, by the end of the 5 minutes. Just pause it, set the timer on your phone, and just breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply, nice and smooth, and focus in on that feeling of tension, and just kind of let it be. Just let it flow. Go ahead and do that right now. Okay, assuming that you actually did it, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? Are you feeling like maybe a 7 or an 8, still pretty anxious, but not quite as much as you were initially? Or are you feeling like a 1 or a 2 or maybe even a 3, where it's like not really bothering you too much, but it's still kind of there? Like I said, you don't want to go into this with the intention of getting rid of it. That's not what this is all about. This is about embracing those emotions and allowing yourself to feel. So a lot of the times the temptation is that when it feels really low, people are like, man, I feel great now. I don't need to deal with this. And if you're short on time, I completely understand it. Hey, pick up right before you go to bed, or pick up, right when you wake up. This is just something that you can do for like 5 minutes. But I find that the most benefit that you can get out of it is if you just completely set aside an evening, if you can, or a day. I know that's asking a lot, but if you could devote a whole day to it, man, you just feel so much better. Just allow yourself to feel. Now, I understand this sounds all fine and dandy, but sometimes we're put in situations where things are just so tense and like everything's just coming at us like left and right, and it's just everything feels so stressful right in the moment, and like we don't have the time right then and there to close our eyes and breathe nice and deeply and focus on the feelings and allowing those feelings to just kind of go on about their business by themselves. Yeah, I understand that. Trust me, I live a very busy life. So what do you do then? This is where part number 2 comes. And it's a really simple tactic. It's commonly referred in law enforcement circles. I think I took a course in law enforcement about dealing with stress and anxiety a while back, and I think they called it something like tactical breathing. And I know that sounds kind of, oh man, that's like got to be like one thing that only elite warriors do, Favi, I don't know if I can do that. No, you can do this. It's really simple. Here's what it is. You start off by taking a deep breath for 3 seconds, so okay, and then you hold that deep breath for another 3 seconds, so, and then you let it out for 3 seconds. And then once you're out of air, you just kind of hold it for 3 seconds. And then you take a deep breath again, and you do that over and over again, 3 seconds at a time, until you start feeling less tense and more in control. The main thing is to just control your rate of breathing. If you can't hold your breath for 3 seconds, I completely understand. Do it for 2 seconds, or even just 1 second. The main thing is just to be able to control your breathing, because a lot of times when we get so anxious and upset and like life's just coming at us, we start breathing really shallow. That's one thing I'll talk about in future videos, how you can use your body to just kind of change your outlook on life, or how you feel in the moment. Trust me, if you learn to use your physiology, that goes a long way. There's some other things that I'll teach you in other videos that will help you out even more so, like in the long term. but for right now, this is like one of the top things you can do. So in law enforcement, and I think even in the military, they use this type of breathing so that you can get your heart rate down. It tricks your body into believing that you're not as stressed out, that the situation doesn't require you to be all the way up here and just kind of come down around here. It's just one of those things that has been proven to help out people with stress to the effect, because like when you're in a really tense situation, say you're like in a firefight where you're like going into a building and there's like people that are like holed up in there and you have to go get them, your heart just starts pumping, especially if you hear footsteps from somebody else that you don't know. It's just, bumping, boom, 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 boom. And when you let your heart rate go up that high, it affects you really bad, especially if you get it, I forgot, it's like over 160, might be like over 180 beats per second. I don't even know if that's possible. But if you let it get too high, then you start getting tunnel vision, your hearing starts to go out, your fine motor skills, so like, in combat applications, your trigger finger, or, just your ability to like, you might have seen it in videos where like, or movies where like there's a guy and like he has to get into this room and like he's got keys and like he's so stressed out he can't even get the key in the hole, that type of deal. That's one of those adverse effects I'm talking about. So yeah, if you just practice that, the most important thing to do is just do this consistently. Like I said, the first exercise works wonderfully. If you only have 5 minutes, do it 5 minutes before you go to sleep or 5 minutes when you wake up. And I promise you, you'll feel so much better. The second exercise, it's one of those in the moment type things, but you might want to practice it from time to time. So like maybe, when right before you have lunch, it's just whenever you can find the time and just practice it. That way when you do get into like a really tough, stress-filled situation, it's you kind of resort back to that tactical breathing and you're like reminded, okay, I need to breathe in deep for 3 seconds, hold it, breathe out for 3 seconds, hold it, then breathe in for 3 seconds, and on and on and on until you're like from up here down to here. I hope this video has been helpful. If you find anything that you want me to talk about in future videos, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you really like this video, go ahead and like it for me, share it, and that'll help me and it'll help so many other people out. Like I said, I want this video to get out to as many people as I can. Please go ahead and share it with your friends or somebody that you might find that kind of needs this right now in their life. I know a lot of people are going through really stressful times, so please just share it, like it, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.